in the Adidas Arena. We're on to our third match of the day. Akane Yamaguchi against Han Yue in women's singles. Yamaguchi looking, of course, for a fourth straight semi-final appearance at the World Championships. That's how consistent she's been. But she's up against a higher ranked and in form Han Yue. As we see the women's singles draw, Yamaguchi, just the remaining Japanese player. The winner of that match takes on either PV Sindhu or Wardani of Indonesia in the semi-finals. Chen Yufei, An Seong potentially waiting in the final. Of course, had a big women's singles match yesterday on court 2 with PV Sindhu seeing off world number 2 Wang Ji. Akane Yamaguchi looking to do the same against her higher ranked opponent. She takes to the court. Han Yue following in her footsteps, and history favors Akane, that's for sure. This will be their 10th meeting. And Akane leading the head-to-head 6-3. I'm delighted to have with me in the co-commentary chair Bobby Griffin, back with us, multi-medalist in para-badminton with Team GB, with England. Bobby, welcome back.
Thank you, Mosh. Delighted to be here again, of course.
Well, it's quarterfinals day. We've had some exciting matches. And this one has all the potential as well.
This is really setting the stage. Two of the most in-form women's singles players on the tour. Massive history behind Yamaguchi, looking for yet another World Championship medal. However, Han Yue has been in so many finals over the last 9 months or so. Yamaguchi's doing well as well, but has had something like 6 semi-final performances on the World Tour in the biggest events as well. Both top 5 in the rankings. It's going to be a tight one.
Akane Yamaguchi, now 28 years of age, as we see there, ranked 5th in the world. Highest was world number 1 in April of 2018. 76% of matches won this year. It's yet to reach a final, though. Plenty of semi-finals. Her record at quarterfinals, which always makes for exciting reading, this year is 7 wins to just a solitary loss. The only loss coming at the Asian Championships, where she lost to Chen Yufei 19 and 13. But look at that. 3 medals in a row. She's looking for her 4th straight semi-final here at the World Championships. Made her debut all the way back in 2017. Saw off Bernice Teo in the first round, straight games against Kim Gaon as well. That was a little bit longer, a little bit tighter. And then Supanita Keitong in round 3, also straight games, a little bit easier than her Kim Gaon match. Kim Gaon was the player who really pushed her, 19 and 19. But hasn't dropped a game, which puts her in good stead against someone like Han Yue. As you mentioned, Bobby, someone who's in form. The world number 3, which is her best ranking that she's enjoyed in her career. Got there in March this year from Fujian, China. Win-loss record of 29-10 in 2025. That's about 74% of matches won. In the quarterfinals, she's 6-3, so that's about 60%, slightly lower rate as we see that World Championships record. It's her 5th World Championships appearance. Debuted in 2019 when she lost in the 3rd round, but back-to-back quarterfinals in 2021 and 22, and then last year lost in round 3. Beat Xu Pinchan, straight games. In fact, they're all straight games again for Han Yue. So both these women have had a decent amount of time on court, but, you know, not been pushed. They are maybe at their physical peak.
Yeah, I think Yamaguchi's performance yesterday against Keitong was really impressive. And whilst I think she was pushed, I just think she was outstanding yesterday, Yamaguchi. Which is great to see, because over the last 12 months or so, there's been those key matches later on in tournaments, quarters and semis, where I've just doubted whether she is still at the same level she was over the years when she's been winning so many big titles. Twice girls World Junior Champion, twice Senior World Junior Champion, and a couple of bronze medals as well. I think Han Yue just has the edge today, however. The last 12 months, if you look at their performances, their results, Han Yue's had some bigger results than Yamaguchi. And that head-to-head, I think, is also key, because whilst Yamaguchi's 6-3 up, Han Yue's actually won the last 2 meetings in straight games.
Yep, they met at the Malaysia Masters this year. In the semi-finals, Han Yue won that 19 and 16. Before that, the World Tour Finals group stage. Han Yue won that in straight games too. In fact, all of Han Yue's wins, the 3 wins, have been straight games. You have to go back to the Japan Open last year when Yamaguchi last beat Han Yue. 18-21, 21-15, 21-18.
This is, other than the Olympic Games, though, this is the biggest one of all, and Yamaguchi's proved herself over her career that she's a big tournament player. When it matters, she has the resolve, she has that consistency. She's very difficult to break down, and so I think the challenge here today might be elevated by the occasion for Han Yue.
Yep, she's reached the quarterfinals twice at the World Championships, 2021, where she lost to Herbing Jiao, 16 and 18. And then 2022, where she lost to An Seong, but in 3 games. So she has sort of overcome that little mental barrier that she has about the quarterfinals of a World Championship, which she's never been able to get past it, unlike someone like Yamaguchi, who's eyeing her 4th straight semi-final.
It's a terrific shot.
Service over.
Yeah, there's 2 Chinese players in Han Yue and Wang Zhiyi that really sort of made hay while the sun was shining, as Chen Yufei took a break from the Olympics Games for 6 months. And really took advantage of that with the draws. Yamaguchi just didn't quite do it, and whilst getting to semi-finals at big events, you know, at the China Open, the Indonesia Open, the All England, these are all Super 1000s. Han Yue on occasion was doing one better, getting to finals of the World Tour finals, of the China Open, the Asian Championships, of course, she's in the final. These are big, big games and big tournaments. And so it's going to be a bit of a thriller, this one. It might be a bit of an epic. I think the conditions might play a part and change things slightly, but it depends who handles those conditions the best.
So that's the other thing, right? So Akane Yamaguchi has played 3 days in a row here on court 2. I know we're down to 2 courts. The conditions have changed a little bit because there are less people around, less courts, less players around, and but that would put her also in good stead that she has played on this court for 3 straight days.
Yes, it certainly will. The conditions, however, yesterday, and particularly in the afternoon and evening session, have changed a little bit. They were more relevant, they were more prevalent out there on court. I was speaking with Tomo Junior Popov last night after his defeat in that men's singles semi-finals, and he was explaining just how difficult... Oh, what's going on here?
I think she spotted a light or a reflection.
Enjoying some brunch?
Enjoying some lunch.
7-3.
Yeah, the sideways drift. The shuttle is moving around mid-flight. So when those sort of fast drop shots come in from the rear court and you just want to block, cross, the shuttle's moving and it's potentially moving 4 to 6 inches left and right. During the flight, it's very difficult to get a gauge and to play that precise shot that you were aiming for, because it's moving towards you, as Yamaguchi is taking a really healthy lead here in the opener.
But I think that's exactly what I think Han Yue is trying to figure out now, because you see the mistakes she's making where she's missing the lines, the back lines, the side lines, and it's just that range that she hasn't quite understood what her range is.
It's an early call, but giving 6 points away to somebody like Yamaguchi is going to be very difficult to recover from. It's going to be slow, hard work for Han Yue to take this opening game from here.
She's missed it again. Han Yue, 7 straight points for Yamaguchi. At least she's smiling about it. That's good to see. She knows that the advantage lies firmly with her opponent at the moment.
It's a terrific start for Yamaguchi. Han Yue really hasn't got out of the blocks yet.
11-3 at the break. We've had about 4 minutes of play, and Akane Yamaguchi is up by 8 points, the two-time world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, for 2:20 seconds, for 2:20 seconds. China. 11-3.
Yamaguchi
Play.
8 ahead in this opening game, 11-3 up.
She's hardly been pushed yet as well. I mean, this is a dream for Yamaguchi.
12-3.
Winner of this, guaranteed a medal into the semi-finals. And it's hard to explain the poor start for Hanue. Usually so consistent, both players, terrific footwork. Textbook in many ways. Hanue needs to get on the attack as soon as she can here and just start gaining some confidence in hitting the court.
A little bit lucky with that.
Brilliant from Yamaguchi. What a net shot.
Yeah, quality net
13-3.
shot from Akane Yamaguchi means she's 10 ahead now. 10 in a row for the Japanese. I mean, she's looking for 3 goals. She's going in the hunt for 3 goals, something that only Carolina Marin has done at the World Championships.
Unsighted.
And she's also been a part of this Japanese success, a big part of this Japanese success at women's singles at World Championship. Only Uhura and Okuhara really carrying the Japanese women's singles mantle for the last nearly 10 years, you'd say. And the fact that she's still now one of the favorites just makes it very impressive, that longevity that she's had.
Out.
Yeah, for what she's accomplished. And still, if you like, only 28.
Yeah.
Is truly impressive. That Olympic medal has eluded her so far, and I've no doubts she'll be pushing hard over the next few years with a view on LA. But what is going on here? This is hard to explain. Yamaguchi, whilst she's in top gear and moving really freely, playing nice shots, we haven't seen those incredible defensive recoveries that she usually makes, because Hanue is just
16-3.
Well down. The level is so different right now. She's just not being able to get going here, Hanue. Not seen very much, too many long rallies or sort of trying to force Yamaguchi in difficult positions.
Service over, 4-16.
Yeah, the mistakes coming off the racket from Hanue, so the shots aren't there, but also she looks slow to me. The movement speed is all a little laboured. She's not getting and recovering into those rear corners at all. There's just no electric, powerful push-off.
17.
Sort of explosive moves.
It's very
subdued, passive.
It's like they're still warming up for Hanue. That's what I'm looking at. This is just absolute disaster for Hanue.
Yeah,
Yamaguchi hasn't even broken a sweat yet. She's 18-4 up.
Makes a mistake again, and just, you know, we saw yesterday with Wang Ji, again, not at the same level as she normally is. Of course, PV Sindhu played a very good game, very strong game, but also Wang Ji, who's such a good mover on the court, not able to do anything.
It's very, very hard to explain. Whilst I won't be able to understand a word, I'm interested to see the reaction at the coaching break in a moment's time. as Yamaguchi has an incredible amount of game points.
Service over.
Han Yue's movement for me tells me a lot. There's usually a very definitive change of pace. The shuttle moves and you kind of just explode off the mark, get there, and then you sort of glide back into position, make sure you're on base at the right time. And this is just Han Yue in, well, it's just difficult to...
Different version.
Yeah, I can't explain it really. Brilliant for Yamaguchi, great start.
21-5. The world number 5 has taken the advantage. Just 10 minutes.
还是心态，我上去跟他拼啊，就是说我所有的东西。 那你一定要做好一个什么准备呢？就是说我打完球，我有时间去看，因为你好多高球太平，被他直接跳起来打，对不对？就是，那我就把球打高一点啊，然后我有时间看，我的节奏才能出来，好不好？啊，多鼓励自己，相信，然后就放开拼嘛，反正就这样，好不好？啊，加油啊！
ストレッチの方向アップみたいなのがちょっと注意して、どんぐらい飛ぶかちょっと分かんないんで結構出してくれてたから、あんま考えすぎんと体もしっかり動いてるから、多分先手を取れたら多分向こうもきついと思うから、ちょっとこの前半の入りだけ頑張った。さあもう一回頑張った。
You see there, next match coming up on court 2 is Midorikawa and Saito, the Japanese pair. We're all smiles up against these two, Guo and Chen of China, the number 7 seeds. Both these pairs looking to make a bit of history, looking to find a milestone in their careers. And they're coming up next on court 2. But right now, yeah, Akane Yamaguchi on a demolition mission. 21-5 that first game. About to get game 2 underway. Yamaguchi, when this rivalry first started, won the first 5 matches. And off the 6 wins she's had all in all, 3 were straights, 3 were in 3 gamers. So can't read too much into all of that, given what's happened on the opening game. But we know that Han Yue definitely is not up to the level we're used to seeing of her.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 years between them in age, and we go back to 2018 for their first meetings. Han Yue would have been a teenager. And that makes a bit of a difference. You know, still a junior player at under 19, and you're playing against Yamaguchi, who's already twice world junior champion, moving into seniors and doing well immediately. So we can almost discount the first couple of meetings, perhaps. But what interests me is that I've just counted them. 21st game they've played against each other. All of them have been double figures or more, and close. Some of them have been, you know, getting close to extra points. And this one, Yamaguchi to win to 5
Service over.
is bizarre.
1.
You know, also, Bobby, a lot of times these players, you know, play with niggles, play with injuries, and that's not always obvious or known to people. And I wonder whether Han Yue is having some kind of concern with her movement.
Yeah, it might be right. Any kind of health issue that isn't obvious to us. Yes, she's got that pink strapping on the left well, ankle, Achilles area. Maybe that's slowing her down. Maybe she's suffering. Certainly lacks that explosive step for me. It's all very one pace, but she started this second game a lot better, and she's starting to get animated as well, which is a great sign. It doesn't bode well that if she does find a way to get back into the match, she hasn't spent a lot of time on that other side of the court, and that's a big learning curve and will have an impact in the decider if we get there.
That's gone wrong. But also, were you surprised how little
Service
time
over.
her coach spent with her in the mid-game
2-4.
break. In fact, Yamaguchi's coach spent far more time talking to her in that 2-minute interval.
Yes, I was, and that also suggests that there's something else going on that is the more relevant factor here that perhaps we're unaware
Service
of. You know,
over.
if a player's got a health issue, if they're injured
5-2.
slightly or if they're sick, then the coach is more likely to say, look, you're here, you're trying, do your best, you know, whatever. And that's all they can really say. We don't know. That is the big question. I'm interested to see what, if Hanue falls apart again and Yamaguchi comes through comfortably, I'm interested to see what Hanue says in the post-match interview in the mixed zone. Good shot. There's been some lovely shots from the Chinese
Service
in this
over.
second game.
6-3.
Got the line, that one. 6-3. Just staying ahead at the moment. Yamaguchi, though, doesn't need to push herself at this point.
Service
As long
over.
as she's like within touching
4-6.
distance, she can, you know, second half make her move if she needs to.
And the, well, at least some of the points that Hanue has won in this second game have been very sort of tricky shots, creative shots, trying to win the point very early.
Yeah.
That again
5-6.
suggests she's struggling for some reason, health-wise or fitness-wise. And, you know, so she's trying to take a few shortcuts and win points cleverly with a little trick shot or something at the net, like that, for example. Some of them have come off, clean winners. However, she's also then made 3 or 4 errors.
Errors, yeah.
Yamaguchi here isn't really doing much.
Yeah.
She's just out there doing her thing.
Just staying in the game, just playing the shuttle back.
Yeah,
That's all
rallying
she
it
needs to
out.
do. Yeah. Oh,
Good save. Has to be the longest rally we've seen.
ooh, she slipped a bit, Yamaguchi, but
Service over.
let's take nothing away from Hanue's shot.
7-6.
That's a good point to win for Hanue. That will definitely build some confidence because it was a long, sort of genuine rally at this level. That's the first one we've really seen. And it wasn't the sort of cheap, tricky, out-of-the-blue winner. It was good touch.
Yep, well-worked point.
Yes.
It's a one-point game now.
Great net shots, absolutely top draw.
8-6.
Great net roll from Hanue.
Took that about mid-height of the net. And to get that level of control is impressive. This is good.
9.
Anyway,
6.
let's hope she's gonna put up a big fight to take this match. Still very confused as to the performance in the first game.
That's great placement. Nicely put away by Hanue.
6.
4 straight points now for the world number 3, who's only just, be fair to say, found her groove. Oh, she missed it.
Wonder if the conditions
11-6
are more
interval.
important than we've perhaps seen over the last few days. It might be that Hanue, playing on the bad end at the start, decided not to put up too much of a fight, waste too much energy. Perhaps because we haven't seen Yamaguchi use the rear court all that much in this second one. That suggests to me that it's difficult to find a length. So it could be, that could be a big reason.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
Well, it is the first singles match that we've had here on court 2 of the day, and you know, with doubles, because there are 4 players on the court, it's much harder to gauge
11,
the conditions.
6.
The coverage is a lot more evenly spread out. With singles is when you really see a lot more.
Yeah, and also there's far more higher lifts and clears in singles than in doubles. Doubles is typically such a flat game, so much pressure on the first few shots and quick points won without
Service
a lift.
over.
Or a clear, well, you know, men's
11.
doubles in particular, you don't see many clears at all. So it is a lot easier to gauge in singles and in women's singles. Good shot down the line from the Chinese.
Still playing Yamaguchi.
Lovely. Good defense. Good resilience from Yamaguchi. That's what we've come to expect over the years. And Yue was in good position there, however.
Service over.
Uncharacteristic
12,
mistake from
8.
Yamaguchi. Using the rear court now a little more. I wonder where that was in the opening half of this game.
9-12.
Well, whilst Han Yue is right up there in the rankings and had that healthy lead, Yamaguchi's one of those players that won't be fazed by that kind of thing. She'll still make it very difficult and find a way somehow to keep getting the shuttle back. Closing the gap now.
11-12.
Han Yue was 11-6 up a few moments ago. Right idea. Just pushed it wide.
Over. 13-11.
One of the reasons Yamaguchi is so consistent in the rallies is that she doesn't use the deceptions that so many players do. She doesn't need to. She relies on her fitness and strength, her footwork. She's so powerful. And her recovery is so good, she'd rather take the shuttle as early as possible, try and get the attack that way, and work hard in defense. And that style of play means she makes very few errors. Good rally. It's going in, is it? No, just wide.
Landed out.
Challenge from Han Yue.
Han Yu challenges called out.
Well, this is one of those occasions where she's the player on the near end challenging a call on the back line of the far end. So let's see. Out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 12-14. Play.
Well, the bad news for Han Yue, just looking at these statistics, is if she loses the opening game against a player in the top 20, bearing in mind a lot of those players will be well below her in the rankings, she only wins the match about a third of the time.
Well, she's working, Han Yue, that's for sure. Akane Yamaguchi, you look at that.
13-14.
Again, lovely shot quality at the end there, but it was all about giving Han Yue the run around in that point.
Yeah, well played, Yamaguchi. Oh, that's nice. Excellent. That is excellent.
Great point.
Yeah, now just going back to those stats, Han Yue, when she's playing somebody in the top 5, Yamaguchi is, if she loses the first, she's only actually won the match once from that position. Less than 10% of all the time she's been in that situation. Doesn't bode well for the Chinese from this position, but she is.
But this is much better second game from her.
Yes.
Just the way she's
15-14.
approached this game.
Looks a lot more comfortable on this side of the court.
But you can see that Yamaguchi now, since the break, has stepped it up a notch as well. Trying to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more proactive.
15-all.
Nice deception from Han. Little backhand double action net shot. Wow. And a good recovery from the Chinese. What a rally.
16-15.
Oh, she's edging her opponent ahead at the moment. She had a big lead at 12-6, about 6 points. That's vanished since the break, but stays ahead, which is key.
Well played.
Yep, fantastic reactions all around. With Yamaguchi.
Service over. 16-all.
And finding those nooks and crannies really well.
Yeah, she did under real pressure. Han Yue was in the driving seat in that rally. Another error on the back line.
Oh, solid.
That's great. The shuttle preparation, if you like, here from Yamaguchi was great, because Han Yue had to wait. And then just that tiniest little movement before the net shot sent Han Yue the wrong way. Lovely shot from Yamaguchi.
Again, great pickup. Oh, how did she get there?
What defense from the Japanese. She's back in the rally.
She's still defending.
That's what Yamaguchi does to you.
Tremendous, Bobby.
Yeah, she works so hard. She doesn't want to let any shuttle hit the floor, get past her. She'll keep fighting. And the way she found a way to neutralize that rally, get back onto level terms, it's heartbreaking for Han Yue, who decides that she has to come up with something extra special, forcing the mistake from her opponents. That is what Yamaguchi is all about.
3 away now from a place in the semi-finals of Akane Yamaguchi. She's turned the second game, having trailed by 6 at one point, but
17-18.
still believing, still thinks there is a chance here, and there very much is. Just 1 point separating the two.
I think fitness or health is still a problem. That shot after that really long rally where she made a mess with that shot, it almost looked like she'd given up in terms of energy levels, tried to take a shortcut, tried to just get herself out of this hard situation, tried to cut a corner, so to speak, and that suggests to me that she hasn't got the lungs or maybe the legs for that kind of rally over and over and over again.
Yamaguchi's challenged the call. It was out. It is out. Just by millimeters, though. Not a bad challenge.
Challenge unsuccessful.
And she's got a single challenge remaining. But more importantly, Han Yue has made it 18-all.
18-all.
Both players 3 away from a very different outcome.
We can't say that Han Yue has necessarily spent a lot of energy this week. She's had tough opponents. It's the world champs, of course. Had to beat the 14 seed Gao Fengjie in the round of 16. But that was straight games. The average match time has been 40 minutes. Beiwen Zhang, JPN Chan,
18.
all straight games wins. I don't think fatigue would be a problem. Something else might be going on.
Yep. Well, she had a near-perfect build-up to this tournament, Han Yue, China Open final, where she lost to Wang Ji. You talked about all the other finals she's made.
Look at Yamaguchi working really hard. Definitely going to be a challenge here. The situation calls for it, if anything else. That was good defense from Han Yue. This looked pretty close, Smosh. I think this might have just clipped the outside. This is massively important.
Oh, she has to challenge that, doesn't she? It's so close. And if there's any chance that she can make this 19-all versus 2018, she'll take it. Yeah, it's on the line. It's well in.
Correction in.
Yamaguchi now 2 match point opportunities.
Service over.
To make the semi-final. Oh no, I beg your pardon. It's in, it's 19-all. It was the right challenge.
It's a great save and a brilliant challenge. It looked good.
I beg your pardon, it was called out.
Yes.
I got carried away. 19-all.
That's long as well, I think. Oh, smiles from Yamaguchi. She's waiting for somebody to make a call.
It's unsighted.
Must be unsighted.
Yeah.
Hawkeye, perhaps? Yeah. Nobody saw that. Yamaguchi perhaps in the way of the umpire. I would have thought the line judge on the left side would have been able to see that. It was a relatively flat shot, but again, this is massive.
It's landed out.
Now you can say it.
Now I can say it. Sorry, I got all caught up in that moment there.
20.
It's 2019. It's match point for Akane Yamaguchi. And, well, can she convert? She can indeed. She does it in style. Akane Yamaguchi, she was pushed in the second game by Han Yue. Not sure what they said there, but Akane Yamaguchi comes through on the first and only match point.
Match won by Akane Yamaguchi.
Well, Han Yue's still got a spring in her step and still got a smile. I'm confused with the performance, particularly in the first game. It was very strange, very odd. A complete disaster for Han Yue. A better fight in the second, but this, considering what we've seen over the years from Yamaguchi and how she's medalled at big tournaments, this was easy.
Yes.
Basically, this didn't need.
The first game was easy. I think the second game she was pushed. It did get a little close for her.
It did, but how many of those long-busting, long rallies where Yamaguchi is grafting off the floor did we really see?
We
Only a few.
Yes, agreed.
The rest of it was Yamaguchi being solid as always, being consistent, doing her job, and it was more than enough today.
Yeah. Confirmation of the score, 21-5, 21-19. Akane Yamaguchi marches on 34 minutes. And we're on to match number 4, which is mixed doubles. Guo Xinhua and Chang Fanghui of China go up against Hiroki Midorikawa and Natsu Saito of Japan in an all-seeded clash. Lovely scenes from the courtyard of the Adidas arena, where we've got a nice little badminton court set up for the people attending the tournament to have a go. And well, here on court 2, we're on to match number 4. Mixed doubles coming your way. It's the number 7 seeds, Guo and Chen, against Midorikawa and Saito, the number 9 seeds from Japan. As we look at the mixed doubles draw, and I can pretty much say that 2 of those places have been decided. Of course, Chen and To were supreme in their match against Capella and Castro. But the winner of this match will take on Jiang and Wei, who were pushed by